There, it's Jamie here from Gerald Thomas. Today, on the 11th of March 2020, is the first budget under the current government. So let's take a look at some of the main points that came up today. First one, Rishi Sunak has borrowed his mother's credit card for a weekend in Ibiza and has come back having spent £60 billion. Boris Johnson increases funding for potholes because he thinks that this means his garden will start to look a bit better. HMRC have a man arrested for listening to the theme song to Only Fools and Horses, accusing him of conspiracy to evade tax. And a spokesperson for UK workers has said, "We don't need any more excuses to pull a sickie, but now we can order a Domino's with the extra sick pay while we're off. Other pizza providers are available." Now that's out of the way, let's have a look at some of the real headlines and what they may mean for you. So, entrepreneurs relief, the lifetime allowance is reduced into 1 million from 10 million from today. So that means there's no way to get in a quick sale now before any changes come in, as it's changing today. What that means is any gains made on qualifying assets would have been taxable at 10% up to the 10 million mark, but now you only get the 10% rate on the first 1 million. There seems to be no delay to the IR35 off-payroll working rules to the private sector, which means many people trading through private service companies will be affected by this rule going into April. The taper threshold for pension contributions is to increase to 200,000 from 110,000. This is going to be welcome news for lots of doctors within the NHS who are actually starting to turn down work because of the punitive pension rules. Capital gains tax on residential properties. So the 30-day rule is going to go ahead. That means from the 6th of April 2020, if you sell a residential property, then a capital gains return has to be made within 30 days and any tax has to be paid within 30 days also. The SDLT surcharge of 2% for non-residents is coming in. We'll await the detail on that one. The employment allowance is to increase to 4,000. It's a bit of a welcome boost for employers. National insurance threshold to increase to £9,500, which is a boost to workers, as that's going to result in more money in their back pocket at the end of the year. Corporation tax, which was going to go down to about 17%, is now staying at 19%. The RDEC rate is increased to 13% from 12%. That's the large scheme research and development tax relief regime. On the SME R&D tax regime, which I know most people here would fall under, this was going to be capped at the PAYE amount from April 2020, but that's been delayed till April 2021. The preferred creditor status for VAT and PAYE, NICs and CIS, so basically any taxes that a company is going to be collecting on behalf of a taxpayer, that will be getting preferred creditor status in liquidation cases. That was going to come in from April, but now going to come in from the 1st of December 2020. The reverse charge back for construction industry is still likely to go ahead from the 1st of October 2020. It was initially supposed to come in from October 2019, but was delayed at the last minute. And there's going to be some welcome business rate reliefs available to small business, and particularly wait for the detail to come out on this £3,000 cash grant for smaller businesses. Keep an eye on that and make sure you make the most of the allowances. So those are the headlines. I hope the ones at the start were a little bit better than the ones at the end. That's me, Jamie Williams from Gerald Thomas. Thanks for listening.